Hey everyone, this is me, Vritvi Sawant, and welcome back to Vritvi Talks, the Ambition podcast. Today's guest is someone who believes in correlating luck with a lot of hard work and putting out all their effort to achieve a goal. With a professional marketing experience of 13 plus years in the fields of retail, finance, and entertainment industry, he has been recently awarded by Business Mint 40 Under 40 as industry experts for OTT category. He is currently working as a marketing director for Z5. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Raghuveer Singh. Hi Raghuveer, welcome to Vritvi Talks, the Ambition
Hi,
podcast.
hi, Vritvi. How are you?
I am doing great, just fine. How has it been?
It's been good. Uh, I think 2023, the start has been good. The past years has been good, so no complaints. I think everything is on a track. Looks good.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So,
Yeah.
Raghuveer, please tell us that this is the first time you're on my podcast. So, please tell us about your journey. Like, we have had this conversation earlier, but yes, my viewers, my listeners would want to know about your journey from starting from nowhere to reaching to a point, to at this point where you are a marketing head at Z5.
Okay. I mean, I'm a marketing director. We don't have a
Oh,
marketing head. That's how we function.
my
So,
bad.
so, but then, yeah, I mean, I will say pretty interesting. The journey, in the initial years, look looks very difficult at that point of time. Now I would say it's very interesting, having crossed 13 years now into the corporate, working for different companies, different industries. In fact, uh, yes, like in any MBA aspirant, I thought I will get placed in, say, a Hindustan Lever or a Kellogg's, when I
Yeah.
was doing my MBA back in 2009.
Mm.
But then again, what you plan doesn't go well because we passed out at the year when it hit recession. That was the last recession
Mm.
we were in,
Mm. Mm.
and there were some PPO offers which we had, which were revoked, and so it was quite a difficult time, even for the batch to get placed at that point of time, and uh, for some reason I sat for a bank, which I thought I will never do, but desperate times. So
Yeah.
I sat for a bank, and it was a year. It was, I think, as I recall, it was a day-long process, and I got through. And at the end of the night, I was like, "What did I do?" And I had no option. I had to take it, and then I had no
Yeah.
option of sitting for other. And there was actually no jobs and all. So
Well, there was something which you never wanted to do, but you got through.
never. Yeah, but then you have to accept because there were most of people who were not even getting chance to sit. And luckily, I had some work ex when I was preparing for CAT in when I was doing my graduation in Delhi. I worked for
Hmm.
an KPO.
Hmm.
So that was considered for some reason, which I just took for my pocket money, and that was considered, and I got an edge. And yeah, life happened after that. I The good part was that I realized that what I don't want to do in my life by taking that job up. It was a sales job, and I realized in 3 months that this is not my forte. I can't do it, and a hard decision to quit the job at that point of time
But
without
pretty
any time.
early, I would say, pretty early that you realize because आज भी ऐसे लोग हैं जो बहुत सालों साल एक ही जॉब करते हैं just because they have
Yeah,
no other option or they can't think of getting out from there. So pretty
yeah,
early, I would say. But that's
yeah. I mean,
risky. You took that risk.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what happened. Maybe I had one of my hostel mate at that point of time. He was also stuck in some other company, and I was stuck in some other company.
Mhm.
And so somewhere, we both were thinking that we are stuck, and I was quite stuck, and I wanted to do something, and something different, not a job, but that we planned that let's try our hands out. in the year 2010 to a startup when there was nothing called
Mm-hmm.
startup. We
Yeah.
thought that we would want to do it because at the end of the day, we were retail graduates. We did retail and marketing both, at that point of, and that was the reason I came to Bombay. Otherwise, I would have never come to Bombay because there were only two colleges who were giving retail and marketing. And I left good names to come here, join a 25th, 26th rank MBA college just because they were giving retail and marketing as a specialization. So yeah, quite you can say quite orthodox or non-orthodox way of doing things. But yeah, that's how I came here. And then we started a consultancy. We quit our jobs, without telling our parents. Both families had no idea that the boys have left a Tata job and somebody has left an Axis job. I was in Axis Bank. We started without, we were not prepared. I think we were excited, but we needed guidance, and the guidance was not there. 3, 4 months again, we did some projects and all, but then realized that even that is not working, and we were drying our resources. Hard call in Bombay, staying on rentals.
Yeah,
It was,
true.
yeah, so it was all over the place. Again a call in 4 months that it is not working and we need to find a job. So in the first year, I can say, post my MBA,
I
I
must
was like,
say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I must say that you're very quick with, okay, you know what, this is not working. Yeah, okay, this is
yeah.
working, let's get into it. You're very quick with your decisions when I think that comes with a strong intellect.
Yeah, I don't know how, but that's something which I have done all through my life. I come from a very small town village. It's not, I can say not village, but it's a very small town. At that point of time, you would have called it. I'm from Durgapur, and it's a
Hmm.
place quite near to Durgapur in West Bengal.
Hmm.
It's not even
Hmm.
Calcutta.
Hmm.
So, going out from there to Delhi, without anybody being there, I don't have any relatives there. Doing graduation there, then coming to Bombay again. I don't have any relatives in Bombay.
Hmm.
Doing post graduation here. I think that somehow has been part, and I will literally thank my dad for that because he comes from a village in Punjab, like quite a remote village, and he came to West Bengal and he did his own business thing and all, and he was always creative. I think that some part of his is inside me. So because he was always like, dekh lo, if you can do it, you can do it. I mean, he said, I will not help you. I came all my way. I have my things to do. If you can do it, crack it yourself, you can do it. I think that has something which, always been when I was, growing up. That's why that decision
I think
taking
that's a
comes
wonderful, yeah, I think that's a wonderful teaching from a parent that, okay, you do whatever you want, you
yeah,
do it on yourself. You're not going to be
honest.
there.
Yeah. So he says failure is yours. You
Yeah,
need the
yeah.
money, that I can help you with, but the failure is yours.
Hmm.
Even when I went to Delhi, I was given an ultimatum of 25 days, yeah, 25 days to 30 days. If you can manage, get, admissions, you be there, do it, no problem. If you're not, just come back.
What are you
Don't waste your time.
saying?
So I had like a hard 30 days to crack the
Yeah, of
college, and
course, of
luckily
course.
it happened. It happened. So yeah. So coming back, I think again, closing that entire
Yeah.
consultancy which we started, and then fortunately I got a job in a not so known company, but that was, I think, little desperate times also. But what worked was that at that point of time, when e-com was not even a word, that company
Hmm.
was still trying their hands in e-com.
Hmm.
For some reason, they had a website, and they wanted someone to help with that. And I think that was more the motivation to join that particular company. It's a very small company.
Hmm.
Then into corporate gifting. So I
Hmm.
started as, the minus member of marketing because there was no marketing department also. So I was like in a no man's land. They
Hmm.
just got me in. My uh, offer letter said, website management slash marketing slash sales, whatever floating. So
Yeah.
I divided my day. I did 3 hours of understanding how e-commerce works. 2011, no idea. There was no article to read also. There's some example we used to read and all. Otherwise, there was nothing else. But yeah, I mean that was a good experience. Again, not
Yeah.
much.
Best way to
One and a
learn.
half years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where getting how to create, stuff when you do marketing and all. That was the
Yeah.
first-hand experience. And nothing from the college worked. But what worked from the college was, the in 2 years, the way they prepare you how to talk to people, they prepare you how to uh, present to management. You're making your PPTs, working on your Excels and all. I think that is very important. And I keep reading online that people say college is not important. Degree ka kya karoge? You can learn online. Personality development cannot happen online. It
Yeah,
can only
true.
happen in person. I think MBA colleges prepares you more to deal with the corporate world or the outside world. So I will,
Okay.
that's something which I took out, and that helped me. It was a promoter driven company, again. Not very much. It's not a MNC. There was only one HR. They were also figuring out, how to do uh, employee management. There was no leave
Yeah,
policy. There was no PF policy, nothing else. It's just like a plain company, a business which grew.
yeah.
So, I think that 1.5 years helped, and then I got my major break, in retail. The things which I studied and I got through Tata. Tata was merging with Tesco at that point of time. Tesco is a UK retailer, and they have stores across India called Star Bazaar and West Side. So there are two departments, and I got into. So I was given a choice. I somehow took Star Bazaar because I thought fashion is boring at that point of time. Fashion mein kya karunga? I have no scope much.
Yeah.
So I got into the retailing business, and I think 4.5 years I spent with them, and doing a lot of stuff. I learned marketing there. So I still say that the boy entered Tata, a man left Tata. So at
That's a
that,
nice way to put it.
yeah, I mean, I had no clue because my past experience, and my CEO was very kind. He was dreaded at that point in time, but I don't know, somewhere he helped a lot. Though my bosses kept changing, but I think that guy was
Yeah.
constant. He gave me a lot of responsibility. He used to scold me like anything. I was just like a uh, MBA pass out without experience standing in front of me, and he used to scold me like. And but that scolding was a
Helpful.
lot of information. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
helpful
yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah.
was guiding me also. So I think that 4.5 years gave me the base. But then, I was always keen. The reason why I quit Axis Bank and, the retail consultancy we closed down, money was one factor, but, that the kind of work which I was looking at was not something which, I was not finding. And since first day, I wanted to be in the media and entertainment,
Yeah,
industry.
yeah,
Now that was very, when I used to do my mock interviews in college, even they used to say ki, MBA karke immediately, so you will not get marketing in media. You will not
right,
get that.
right.
There was always like, this is not possible. I mean, you, at the end of the day, either you will do sales in a bank or you will do operations in,
Yeah,
say, a
yeah,
retail.
yeah,
That was more easiest, and that's what my seniors were also doing. And I was like, no, let's see, that's what something, this is my target and all. So I think, you know that's something, that was an objective in my mind. I can say, I manifested, and the purpose which I kept, that is something where I have to reach. And
yeah,
it was very clear that the goals, was, I want to be in that particular industry doing a particular work. So I took opportunities wherever I work to learn the skills which are, helpful and which are accepted in that industry. So even being in retail, I was in social media. I was building, whenever there was an opportunity to get into a tech development, for marketing, I was part of that. I was part of anything which is automation, which can help marketing. So I was doing stuff and I was asking for it. I used to go ahead and ask for that. I want to be part of this, even though my
Mhm.
work was that time to handle Marcom. I was doing
Mhm.
advertisement and all, but
Mhm.
being part of media planning, I want to plan media or I want to do social media. So I used to ask so that, I wanted to be relevant. Because if I would have given in, because there was an opportunity that, I would have got into operations, because, in
Yeah,
retail, once you spend 1 or 2 years,
you can easily get
because
into operations.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because I mean, you understand the nitty-gritties of the business, and then the first
yeah,
thing, and the operation can grow there. But that was not the objective. So
yeah,
I kept floating myself in the 4.5 years into the roles which would be, which would help me, be there, where I wanted to be. So 4.5, I think that happened, and then again I shifted to another company in retail, which is the Shopper Stop Group. Uh, uh, you know, There I shifted more because of the kind of profile I was being offered. Again, into marketing, doing something different which I have not done in Tata. So I got there another 1 year into retail. So for total 5.5 years in retail. Now I was stereotyped at it's 5 years in retail. You get all the offers, whatever companies call you, they're all into retail and all. Luckily, again, luck. I will always keep mentioning that. I got opportunities coming my way in right times. So my super boss at that point in time joined Aditya Birla Capital. She also changed from retail to finance.
Yeah.
And because it was not a financial product, it was a lifestyle product which a financial company was trying to build, and they wanted skills from outside. Somehow I got approached, to handle a digital. That was my first, introduction to a digital product, 2016, and digital was very nascent. You only knew Snapdeal. That Snapdeal is something where you can do e-com and you can buy stuff. There was no Myntra, there was no, Flipkart, nothing. Amazon tak nahi tha. I then, again, challenge accepted, got into, learned how, side by side, I was doing my digital marketing course also, because I didn't want it to sound fool that, ye kaise kaam karta hai. And, you don't know any technicalities. I was not even knowing what is a CPC, what is a CPS, like, what is this, what are these words? I need to learn those. How do Google Ads work and all. So side by side, I was doing, without telling anybody, I was doing my digital marketing course, and I started working there. And again, we were building a company, that was the startup of a well-funded company, I can say. So Aditya Birla startup.
Yeah.
So that happened, and I think that happened for good. Again, now it's a financial industry. So as I grow in that particular organization, from that lifestyle product, I also got involved in the insurance product, because that's how you progress. You don't have a choice. So, started doing a lot of stuff. 4 years went, doing the same stuff. Again, a financial industry, 5 years of retail, 4 years of finance. And the fear of that, am I getting stuck again in the financial where I started, and I left, because I started with bank. So the opportunities within the company also started coming in, start looking after the channels. And they offered me banking channel also. I said, no, I'm not doing this, do whatever. But again, there has to be something relevant. And still, I was trying to keep myself very relevant to the entertainment industry so I tried. I will not say that, I've not tried. I tried getting into entertainment, but always, the problem here is that, they always see your CV and your past experience. They will not see the work which you do. They'll see the company. So, it was always like, oh, okay, you have been into retail, or you have been into finance. We are a different industry altogether.
Yeah.
And all my interviews, and I still tell people that, marketing is not industry agnostic. It is absolutely not specific to industry. It is specific
it's
to
spread
consumers.
across. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's product, and the channels are same. Whatever X industry will use or a Y industry will, the channels are same. It is the communication, how you do it, and then the relevant channels which you can say that, in this industry it works, in that industry it doesn't work. Say offline works for a retail, or offline doesn't work for a entertainment.
Yeah.
But then, that's how I think our Indian market is conditioned.
But I think people are conditioned rather than the Indian market. I think the consumer
I agree.
or the employers are conditioned कि अच्छा, this is from this industry, this person is from that industry, so ये यहाँ पर काम नहीं आएगा. But yes, you put it very correctly that yes, marketing is spread across. Sales and marketing, आप कहीं भी जाओ एक जैसा ही होता है. It's just that it's just about different variations that matter.
Correct. Yeah. And you also put rightly that, is the people, and there are some people, I will give it to my CEO of Aditya Birla Capital. When he was interviewing me, I was pretty sure that, he's going to ask me questions of his industry, and he's a veteran in his industry. He did not ask me a single question about the industry, because the purpose of him was to get someone from a different industry who is not thinking inside a box. And there was a lot of learning which I got, that, why he recruited. And when I got recruited and all in normal chat, I asked him that, why would you do that? And he said, people here can only think A, B, C, D, because they are taught all these years to think about these 4 things. And I will not blame them, but this is how the industry is. And his vision was clear, that he did not want it to make a typical health insurance company. So, that's where his vision was, and it worked quite well. And then again, while that was happening, and again, I'll say, luckily, I was doing a very, so we were doing a very big we can say an event kind or an activity kind of a thing, trying to make a small thing big for an industry where, something which was not done. So health day, we were trying to do very differently. And that's where I met
Yeah.
our CEO, the ex-CEO of Z5, where I was a client, and I was dealing with him, with his team actually.
Yeah.
And that's how I met him first time in Goa Fest. And then another colleague of mine, he went to Z5, where I am now, and then he approached me that there is a role, and it is completely not something which I've not done ever in my life.
Mm.
My 9 years of experience, I have not done movie marketing. That's something which was offered to me, and I
Yeah.
then went and I met, and very kind of him that again, he saw the experience and not, where I come from, and that's how I got into my industry, which I am current now, which I always wanted to be. But again, I will say that, this was something which I planned because I kept doing things which make me or kept me relevant to this particular industry. I never got into
True.
any kind of role which I thought would be not relevant or is not happening in that, in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's how I'm here. And I think 3.5 years now, pretty well going. So that's like a not short snippet of 13 years of mine.
No, but
But
truly,
yeah,
I think, you keep saying that, oh, I got lucky here, I got lucky there. But I feel that, it's never about the luck. It's just about being at the right place at the right time. And opportunities are everywhere. It's just that
they
we
are.
have to be pretty active, with our eyes open and arms open. Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
We can do this. You know what? We can do that.
Yeah. So I mean, there is always a part of luck. I think 10% of luck
A
and
little bit,
90% of
yeah,
effort.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So because being at the right place at the right time is also is that there are many people who are at the same time there, but
Yeah.
somehow you get exposed is a matter of how you have the communication matters a lot. The way you
Yes,
communicate
true.
and the way you put
Portray
yourself out.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and things are beyond business. You have to talk and
Correct.
be relevant, keep talking to people, keep understanding the new things. I think that helps a lot, and
Yeah,
then yes, obviously the more open your eyes are, the more opportunities you can grab. So that's
correct,
absolutely there.
correct.
So
But it's really it's a very good part of your story that you have got really good employers out there. You know, I mean, yeah, true. Because बहुत सारे लोग, बहुत सारे MBA aspirants, when they don't get selected or even if they get selected for a particular job or a role, they always blame the employer. Okay, अच्छा ये हुआ है, अरे नहीं उसने तो मुझसे ये सवाल पूछ लिया, ये तो मेरे रेलेवेंट भी नहीं था, पता नहीं क्या सवाल पूछे जा रहा था, मैं तो अपनी इंडस्ट्री से सारा प्रिपेयर करके आया था, उसने एक भी सवाल नहीं किया. you know so that kind of your perspective has to shift now. I'm sure
yeah,
after watching this episode, or MBA aspirants or MBA students who are listening to this, I'm pretty sure that they would get some insight about this. This is how the real market is out there. This is how it works. Because there is always a vision with your employer. It's never about,
yeah.
we have a lot of money. This position is empty. We have to hire you. Please come make my company 10x, 2x. ऐसे नहीं होता है.
Yeah, I think and people are not wrong, but I would say many a times I've seen and I've done some, college visits also. So I used to do mentoring for Bellinkers. I did
Mm-hmm.
for 3 straight years, and I used to meet first year students, and I used to ask them, why you did MBA and where do you want to be?
Yeah, yeah,
I think 95 or 96% would have said company's name and not industry name. They would say, I
correct.
want to be part of HUL.
Yeah,
मेरे को तो HUL ही जाना है, कोई बोले मेरे को तो कैडबरी ही जाना है, Mondelez में ही जाना है, somebody said
right.
I want to be in Google. I
Yeah,
said, okay, that's very specific. I said, what if they give you XYZ profile? I mean, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I just want to be there. So I think that's where you cut down yourself and the opportunities also.
yeah,
If you know that there's a particular kind of job which you should know that what are you good at. Others will
correct,
not know. Then you have to show
correct,
it.
correct.
And if you know that okay, my X thing is good. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at convincing. Sales is my thing. Now I can
Yeah,
go anywhere and do sales. Yeah, then I can bracket and say that these are the top 10 sales company who do great sales. I want to be in that particular company. But
Yeah.
again, if you say, no, I want to be in HUL and doing whatever they offer me, otherwise, I would have got into HUL and doing trade marketing, and till date, I would have done modern trade and traditional trade, general trade. So I would have done that. But again, it after some time you'll get frustrated, and then when you get frustrated, उसके बाद आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो. You are stuck. Then all your life you'll keep sulking and keep doing the work. You'll still earn good, but the satisfaction is never there. So you have to find even if you're doing podcasts, I'm sure that's your passion. You like doing it, even if that fetches you 10% less money, you
Yeah.
sleep well. Yeah. So that's I think that's something which that is very important, and that's something which fortunately I had and money will come. That's for the newer MBAs also, and I get a lot of DMs from people that what do they do? Should they do MBA or not? And all kind of questions. I know people today are very clouded. I don't know why they're clouded. Why there is a fear of studying also. So everyone wants to do that. Can I do that 1 year
No, I
course?
think no, yeah, exactly. So I think these days, the so-called Gen Z, they are just interested into shortcuts. They don't want to go through the hard path out there. But क्योंकि आप जैसे आपकी है या मेरी है या हम जैसे बहुत लोगों की एक जर्नी होती है, and it takes 10 to 12 years, good 10 to 12 years
Yeah,
to reach where you really want to reach, right? But these
absolutely.
days it's not the case. These days, oh, they're fascinated by these terms. Okay, they're like, okay, I got this funding, I raised these series. Then entrepreneurship is a fascinating term for them, but there is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot more that goes behind the scenes, and they do not want to see, or maybe they are seeing it, but they are just totally turning a blind eye towards it. I don't know.
No, there are successful examples also that people at the young age have achieved, and but then as an individual you'll have to understand that do you have it in you? Is there the infrastructure or the backing behind you? So if we keep following what others are doing and their
Yeah,
success, and you don't look back and see what are your resources, what are your requirements, I think
yeah,
that's where the problem is.
right.
So So yeah, I think people have to introspect more, realize where they are and what they want to do. If you are very clear what you want to do, it's a very simple path. And if you don't
Right.
know, then it's a very rough path.
Correct. So, do you think that, like this podcast is about ambitions, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think that only having an MBA degree would fetch people great opportunities? Or because I personally believe that your dreams and your goals are not limited to a degree or to
No, it's not.
anything else, yeah, or to a company, like you said, वो लोग एक ही ये बना लेते हैं कि अच्छा मुझे तो वहां जाना है, मुझे तो यहाँ जाना है. But there is a whole new world out there which they're maybe they want to explore, or maybe they don't want to explore, but yes, they should explore in my opinion. What's your
Yeah.
take on it?
No, absolutely, because we've recruited people, and there are people in my team who are also graduates, who are not MBA,
Yeah.
and they're doing great work. Our times were different. If you go 10 years
Different.
back,
Degree
the
mattered a lot.
opportunity. Yeah, degree mattered a lot. The opportunities and the industry was quite headlocked also, that
Yeah.
the particular degrees will only fetch you a particular kind of a job. Those things are not there now. So
Yeah,
I will
people are
not
more
say that
experimental, I would say.
they are, and people have opened up also. Companies have opened up. Again, to get a higher degree or not is a personal thing. If you think that you want to dig deep and understand the particular subject more, you go for a degree and you do more specialization. Because see, earlier it was only MBA in marketing, HR, international business, finance. There were
Yeah,
only four
yeah,
things. Now today, if you
yeah.
see, MBA is a word, it's fine, but then you do specialization in digital marketing, you specialization in mass comm, you do whatever is your skill set which you want to polish, you can do a specialization. So today things have opened up a lot. So it's on you that you want to do a master's degree or not. But then if you keep polishing your skills, keep doing relevant things, keep researching and studying online also, that also is fine. I think it's more about being knowledgeable and being aware of what is happening in your surroundings, and with a clear goal in your head that where you want to be. Otherwise,
True.
so go 10 years back or now also, if you don't know where you want to be, then I don't know, you'll still be running headless, and you'll still not find where you want to be. There will be non-relevance, and you still get money. These
True.
days money is very, very easy to get. You
Yeah,
can be a influencer and get money also,
true.
but is that helping you? So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's the difference. That's the major difference. But yeah, I will say that degrees are not that important. It's about
skill
if you
set.
can, skill set is important, and how aware you are of yourself. So if
Yeah.
I know that if I am not good at talking to people, how am I working on it? It can be
Hmm.
through an MBA also, because as I said, MBA degrees and the studies which we do, those marketing definitions are not valid today.
Yeah,
I clearly say that it is
correct.
absolutely somebody did it 20 years back, 30 years back. It is not relevant, but it creates a personality out of you that when you go out and step into the market, in the corporate, in front of people, you are able to speak.
Hmm.
I think it builds you from there, and that is important. Now you do it from an MBA college, you do it with your parents, you do it with your friends, you do it online. It is purely on you, but please do it. That is important.
Correct. So you mentioned a lot about manifestation in your story. So if at all you can put some light on, because there are a lot of listeners who are listening to this and people watching this. So people have a different misconception around manifestation. कि अच्छा हम मैनिफेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो आज बैठे हैं तो 1 साल बाद या 2 साल बाद तो वो चीज हो जाएगी, अपने आप हो जाएगी, ऐसे है, मैंने सोचा था, अभी को मैंने मैनिफेस्ट किया था. सो would you like to put some light on it, because manifestation is being taken wrong, in a wrong way.
Yeah, it's a wrong way.
So
So,
yeah,
I think the word I've used is because I hear it a lot. It is there in my head. That's why I use.
yeah.
Otherwise, 5 years, 2 years back, I had no clue ये manifestation होता क्या है. इस word का मतलब क्या होता है. So I will take out
Okay.
that word right now, and I will say that I planned for it.
Correct.
I will put it
Correct.
in that way, and I will remove
Correct.
the word manifestation, because you're right, because manifestation अभी ऐसा हो गया है कि there are books which says you write something, keep it in your pocket, it will happen. No, it does not happen.
Yeah.
It does not happen like that. And then that's where from there manifestation has come in. You have to plan for things. Till the time you don't plan for things, चीजें नहीं होने वाली. And whatever I am here, it's the hard work and the thought which has been put to reach here. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if you don't plan, so one, you have to, goals are very important, and
Of
goals were
course.
relevant 20 years back, they are relevant 10 years back, they were relevant now also. You have to clearly know that जाना कहाँ है. वो destination अगर आपको पता है, then you have to plan for things. Even for a holiday, if I have to go to a X place, I have to plan for it, because nothing
Hmm.
is very simple. You have to plan where you stay, you have to plan your activities, you have to plan your
Yeah.
budgets. That's where when you go there, finally you can then do stuff. So because you have planned things. So I would say your planning is very important. Manifestation as a word is very good. Social में अच्छा लगता है बोलने में, and to people also. But till the time you don't plan it, nothing is going to happen. So goal
Yeah.
रखिए, goal को plan कीजिए, and if you have planned things, honestly, not if not today, it will happen after 10 years. And I will give you my example. I got into an industry I planned 9 years back. कि 9 साल पहले I was like कि मुझे जाना है, and I was not doing anything which was relevant, for this industry. कभी भी retail
Yeah.
से उठ के आ जाएंगे या finance से उठ के आ जाएंगे. But it happened, and because I kept working towards it, and ऐसा भी नहीं है, I kept in touch with people from this industry. I tried, LinkedIn as a platform I've used a lot, to
Yeah.
be part of their conversation, understand what are they talking and all. And today it's a new world, but I have blended into that new world. That happens with everyone. The moment you are there, we change, we can adapt as a human. We can adapt easily, but you'll have to be there to adapt. So plan कीजिए, manifest बोलो / plan करो, and you will be there. So I'll put it that way.
Correct. Correct. So, Raghuveer, it was a great, great journey that I have also taken a lot of insights from. But yes, my viewers and my listeners would want to hear it from you. That what is that one advice that you would want to give to the youth out there? And not just the youth, I think the people mid-age also. There is a lot to take from a lot of things out there. So, yeah.
Uh, okay. So, the first and foremost thing I'll say that, I'm also still learning. I think that should be something which everyone should have. There's never a end point. I think even people at a leadership level also, top leadership level also, keep learning, because, there's always there's always someone who will come and tell you that, this is something new which has come and you have no idea, even after 12, 13, 14, 15 years. And that still happens with me every single day. A new joinee in an, say, my agency will come and say that this is what is happening. And I was like, wow, ye kab hua? It's like very relevant, very recent. So, the only thing I will say that, one, keep your eyes and ears open, be very receptive. That helps a lot to keep yourself grounded. Till the moment you realize or you think that, you have a 10, 12, 13 years of experience, that cloud is very difficult to remove. That, I know everything, or, I have seen things. Honestly, you've seen half of the things or not even 20% of it. And things are changing so dynamically that, the more open you will be, more receptive,
Yeah.
and you will learn a lot. So I think that is something which is very important and everyone should do it. Second is that whatever you have aimed, or your ambitions, whatever you have aimed to be, and you first you have to realize what is your strength, what are you good at. Only you know it, honestly. Nobody else know, and nobody can ask you 10 questions and tell you a personality type. That is okay, but you should know
Correct.
your personality. You know it, everything inside you. When you know it, work on it. Don't stop, because when the moment you keep polishing yourself, you get noticed more. And that is very important. Second. And third, as I said, earlier also, plan. Please plan, plan, plan. The more you plan, things will keep happening, and then whatever you want to be grateful to, you can be grateful to anybody or anyone. First, you have to be grateful to yourself for planning and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So these are the three important things which I would leave, the listeners with, and that's what has helped me. And honestly, I keep following these three things still, and they have worked for me, and I'm not going to leave that forever in my life. So I'll keep doing that, and I'll urge everyone to do that as well.
That's wonderful of you. So, dear viewers, dear listeners, there are three key important learnings that I have taken from this conversation. Is definitely one that yes, finding your purpose can take a little bit longer than you must have imagined or you must have thought or planned. Yes, you should plan because planning is important, even if it means taking baby steps. Because I personally believe in taking baby steps, even if your goals can be like for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. But yes, the baby steps that you take in now matter a lot.
Absolutely.
And third, and for most important thing, keep learning always. The person who is a student for life is always a winner for life. That is what I personally believe. And that is what I guess Raghuveer also meant to
Yeah,
say.
absolutely. I am from that part of that school of thought that, learning is never ending. You
Yeah.
always be a student, always be a student. And you learn, and not even just from work point of view, learn anything and everything. And you see there's a lot of things you don't know still. You
Yeah.
might not know even how to play a particular game, but it's interesting. You can learn that also. So learning, I
Yeah.
think, is goes every day, and we should just like keep doing it. It's very interesting, yeah, I think.
Right. Thank you so much, Raghuveer. It was a great conversation, and I loved
Likewise.
recording this episode. Thank you so much for sharing out your time. We hope to have much more episodes, much more insightful episodes like these.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And I think we made it happen. You were quite patient with me. You were chasing quite a lot. And I think this happened. I'm very glad this happened. And all the best to you. I think this is really great. And I'm going to check more videos also of your past episodes. And quite
Sure.
interesting. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, have you subscribed to my channel yet? Subscribe now